doing is we're going to be setting up your own custom AI that will, again, not only just build out creatives for you, but it'll take kind of a raw concept of, hey, I want to create a lead gen campaign on Facebook for XYZ, and turns that into the things and executes the process that allows you to create a highly engaging and converting Facebook lead generation campaign. Now, with that being said, I'm going to start off by going through a demo of how this works and an example that we actually created using this AI. And so a few things before we do that is, actually, we'll start with the demo. Let me pop into here. Can you guys see my screen here?
Yep.
Cool. So what this is it's not just your typical, hey, kind of N8N flow, which is what I had originally built. It's not just a single agent architecture that you have to rely on. Hey, this one agent has to know how to do everything, because that typically doesn't work out too well. I've tested in the past. What this is it is a primary agent that acts as your creative and campaign strategist that then interacts with sub-agents that are each responsible for their own section of the campaign building process. So starts off with the avatar builder tool, because if we don't know who we're advertising to, then we're not going to have a lot of success either way. From there, it goes into building angles, hooks, copy, and creative for a campaign. And so by the end of this executing, what you'll have, and I'll show you guys an example real quick, is everything you need to launch an effective lead generation campaign. Cool enough? So, oops, cancel. With that being said, I just want to show you kind of the output of this. I wanted to go like super above and beyond and turn it into its own little kind of, hey, we're going to drop this into Notion and Google Drive and all that sort of stuff. But I wanted to keep it simple, because what I'll typically do is I'll overcomplicate everything for no reason. And so all the assets for the campaign that are creative are actually dropped into a Dropbox folder. And this is for this specific campaign that I created as a test today, campaign 2025-12-26. It will output customer avatars, which are going to be the kind of awareness stage for each of these avatars, demographics, psychographics, kind of the conversation going on within their head, the pains they're feeling, the desires, the things they want, things that they've tried in the past that haven't worked, objections that may be lingering in their head, and trigger events that would get them to act now, right? And that happens for a few different avatars that it creates for that specific offer that you're looking to generate leads for. After that, what it does is it goes in and it builds out some strategic angles. So how can we actually hit these with advertisements and the things that we say? Hooks themselves, which is built upon the strategic angles and the customer avatars. The ad copy, right? There's different ad copy sets, and they're typically targeted towards a specific persona. And then lastly, the actual creative summary, which contains all the links to the creatives that were created. And you can see these are actually in these folders here, right? So for the trust pillar, I have it create 3 just because I wanted it to be quick. You guys can obviously increase that number so that it creates more. Infographics, right? And then just typical direct response ads for each of these sets of copy. There's like a matching set of creatives to it. Now, what I plan to do in the future is also integrate Mirage Studio to create some AI UGC videos, and then also using Python image library to have some statics of the ugly images that Ryan kind of shows in the lead-based community. But overall, this is what the output looks like, right? So we're basically getting what would take a creative agency for a new offer 30 to 40 hours in about 5 minutes. Pretty cool, yeah?
Sweet.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys one favor while we do this? When you guys give me energy, I'm able to give it more back. So if you're excited about this, unmute, let me know. If you think this is stupid, let me know too, and we can do something else. Cool?
This is my first call, and this is amazing already.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Naomi. I appreciate that. That just gets me going, because if I'm talking to like a blank screen the whole time, it my energy drains very quickly, and that it just won't be as productive as it could be.
It's totally over my head, but I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, it'll basically allow you to kind of just do everything that you need to create effective campaigns, right? And at the end of the day, Ryan talks about this too, in the lead-based community. It comes down to testing, right? If we're not testing, right, then we're not doing our jobs at the end of the day, and we're not going to get as effective of a result as we could, right? We always want to be looking at, hey, what's getting the best cost per click? What's the best conversion on the landing page, right? We want to be testing creatives to get more clicks, copy to get more clicks, and landing page optimizations, which we won't talk about today, to get more conversions on Lander and drive that qualified lead cost down so that our clients are happy, right? They're getting good leads that are qualified for them. But then on the other end, we're able to make money too. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop into here and we'll go ahead and John get you set up here in a second. I wanna talk about kind of the decisions I made in building this. So the initial one that I built back in like October 2025, so 2 months ago when I had initially kind of teased this, was just an agentic flow. Or sorry, not even agentic flow. It's just a flow-based design that used some chat elements in there from ChatGPT, Claude, etc. What I ended up landing on, because having that kind of flow style creates a good bit of complexity and being able to manage this automation, is I went ahead and simplified it for you guys into a multi-agent architecture. And that's what I showed you guys in the flow here, right? Each of these agents, we have the supervisor agent, which is the one you communicate with. And then each of these sub-agents have their responsibility, and having those sub-agents be able to be really, really subject matter experts allows you to get better outputs from the agents themselves. And so we have the avatar builder, the angle builder, the hook builder, the copy builder, the creative agent, right? And then there's some additional things like actually being able to save it to Dropbox. You need to give N8N access to be able to do that, otherwise it won't work. Input validation, we have some node checks here. This is kind of the architecture diagram though, right? The AI that you'll be talking to is the creative strategist agent. Maybe I should call that the campaign strategist agent now because it doesn't just do creative. But then its job is through 2 calls to call the hook builder, the avatar builder, the angle builder, the copy builder, and the creative builder, who each have their own specified roles that they're supposed to execute. So you're basically getting a manager and then 5 employees below them. Does that make sense so far? Do you guys have any questions around that? I'm happy to kind of answer as we go along. All good?
So yeah. So quick question. So is this all going to be in one flow, or is it going to be multiple flows that like link to the other?
It's going to be multiple flows, right? And so you could see in N8N here, give me one second, it keeps trying to save instead of doing what I want it to. This is the creative strategist, right? It has its system prompt within here and all the things that it's responsible for. And then it takes in the chat that you're giving it, and it then calls each of these subflows. So the avatar builder is its own subflow. One sec. Yeah. Right, and in here, this is a much simpler subflow. The most complex subflow is actually the creative agent. Right, the avatar builder itself, which is building out the actual campaign folder in Dropbox, which is this right here. And then all the assets are contained within there for that campaign.
I see.
Yeah, and then you can see the creative strategist agent. Let me go ahead, pull this up. It's one of the more complex ones, right? And I wanted to, again, keep it simple so that it's very easy to debug, but it'll actually come up with the creative concepts, send those to Gemini, right, Nano Banana, and then it saves those to Dropbox for us. And then it returns it back to the creative strategist agent. And you can see this is actually all the input I gave it. So I said, please create a highly engaging and converting Facebook ad campaign to generate leads. We're targeting homeowners who are actively looking to have their roof replaced. It then asked me a few follow-up questions. What's the business name? This is the lead gen brand's name. And then it says, okay, cool, I still need the offer or the main CTA. And then I also need credibility, right? So we're featured on ABC and Fox News. That could be a credibility or trust build thing. And then get connected with trusted local roofing contractors, right? So that's kind of the offer that you guys are doing as a lead gen brand. Hey, get connected with a trusted local tax attorney or whoever you guys are generating leads for. And so from there, what it does is it goes through a few steps, right? It's going to create those customer avatars. It's going to ask you to review them. And if you already have an idea of who your market is, you should be reviewing these people and giving it a bit more detail on the front end. But I wanted to keep it completely general just so you guys could see how powerful this is, right? It created 3 demographics. Sarah, the savvy homeowner, right? Creates all the stuff you need for the avatar. It then has Bob, the busy executive, right? And we're looking to go for like high income individuals here. And then it has, right, Linda, the retiree, who's maybe on a fixed income, whatever it may be. Psychographics that she has etc. From there, you review that. It'll then create the angles, which you can see here. Sometimes you just got to hit continue again. It'll create the hooks, right? The headlines. You hit say continue. It creates the copy. So you can see we have the trust pillar. We have the lifetime assurance, because some of our guys have lifetime guarantees or lifetime warranties. We have the savvy saver. We have the local hero, right? And we have the no hassle experience, right? So all different ad copy sets. And then each of those get their own creatives, which is what I showed you here, right? So that chat is what output all of this. So the customer avatar, strategic angles, the hooks, the headlines, the ad copy, the creatives, etc.
Okay.
Before, I could kind of show you guys what it looked like. And this was just creatives too. It wasn't even like full copy building. What it looked like was a little bit like this. So a little bit more complex to put together, yeah? A little bit harder to maintain when things break, right? Having it separated out like this, if things do break, you can also just say, hey, it's this thing that's broken here, right? How can I go in and fix that? But overall, importing this in your account, we should be good to go. But John, you have basically, I forget what I posted in the school community.
Yeah, I have all those. I do self-hosted. I have a self-hosted N8N account from Hostinger. I got my OpenAI API key, Google Studio API key, and a Dropbox account.
Perfect, perfect. So what we'll do then, guys, if you guys don't have these, right, they're very easy to create. Go to n8n.io. You can just, instead of doing self-hosted, if you're not technical, just pay the $10 a month for it, right? It's going to be worth it to do that in the long run. If you are technical, it will be good to have it self-hosted, because then you can host like Claude Code instances alongside that, John, but we're not going to dive into that today. You guys do want to have an OpenAI API key. If you don't know how to do that, please Google it, right? Same with Google AI Studio API key, and then a Dropbox account for us to be able to actually drop those assets into. So that way, it kind of sets it up so that there's checkpoints for each agent. Sub-agent is able to drop its information in the Dropbox. So let's say the creative agent kind of breaks off, goes crazy, whatever, we can restart with the context we already have. So John, since we got that, what we'll do is we'll set this up in your account. Let me see what else we got. Specialist agent workflow, yeah, kind of goes through that. And I'll share this document inside of the school community to you guys with these flow diagrams. Literally just read it and follow along with the arrow. It should tell you kind of how these things work. Got that. Got this, right? So that kind of gives you, hey, this is how you get these. Well, the workflows here, which I'll give you guys different links to copy here in a second. And then the installation guides here too. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna export these N8N flows. And then what we'll do, John, is you can start importing them into your account. And then we'll wanna connect these specific kind of credentials that we need. If you don't mind sharing your screen, that'd be awesome. So I can kind of walk you through it. Cool.
Sure. Yep, sure.
And then let me export these. While these are exporting, I'm gonna go check on that pellet stove one more time, make sure I actually killed the fire, and then we'll go from there. Create a strategist. Cool. Download this. Okay, cool. So I just want to test this real quick. If I drop this in Zoom chat, can you try, are you familiar with how to import an N8N flow?
I am, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I just sent over, or I will be sending over in a second. I sent over the JSON file via the Zoom chat for the specific N8N flow for that overarching master agent. If you go ahead, grab that, and then import it into your N8N location, that way people can see how that's done, that'd be awesome.
Sure, great. You guys able to see my screen?
I can see it here on my end.
Okay, great.
Cool. If you guys see, create a new flow, import from file, and then he's basically going to upload that JSON file. Cool, cool. for some reason. Do you know if in your N8N instance you have the ability to use like the higher level like AI agent tools? Because I know sometimes with like self-hosted, there's some features that are missing.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Like
Hmm.
I've built some I've built some workflows before. Like I tried to build this like scraper that automatically scrapes a Facebook ad library and then
Okay.
create a bunch
Oh,
of
cool. Using Apify and
uh
whatnot.
yeah, yeah. But I'm not sure. I do have the self-hosted version and I'll upgrade if I need. And I also don't have a lot of the current updates. I realized this morning.
Oh, so you might need to update your N8N instance. Yeah, that may be
Mhm.
the issue because when I import it into my account, it's fully updated and I have like a paid version of it, and that seems to work.
Right.
But have you tried just updating your N8N instance?
I was trying to figure that out this morning. It's not super easy to do based on like the instructions. It said that the system restart was required
Okay.
and updates could not be installed automatically.
Okay. Yeah, so what you might have to do then, just because I won't have the time to walk you through that today, is probably get like
Yeah,
an actual instance of N8N from N8N Cloud, if
right.
you do want to run through this.
Sure, sure. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, if you want to do that real quick, I'm gonna again go check downstairs, make sure everything's okay, and I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Cool, cool. You might want to stop sharing your screen while you like enter your credentials.
True, true. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alrighty, you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, so I just signed up for the the cloud-based version.
Awesome.
I have it here, currently in progress
Oh, it's
running.
currently like spinning it up for you, so you might need to give that a second. You guys will
Sure,
have to do
sure.
the same thing here. You'll just need to give it a second, and then you'll open the instance.
Okay, cool. While we're waiting, I got a quick question. So we met someone in the kind of someone online who uses N8N to like for all their lead distribution. So instead of using like Lead Prosper, they used it to actually like um, take in the data and then distribute the leads to all their clients. Is that something that you do as well? Because they
Uh,
said they're getting more functionality in like through N8N versus Lead Prosper, which they thought was more limiting.
I mean, Prosper is a ping post tree. I mean, and you can develop any software system. I personally have not done that. I'd rather
Hmm.
just offload kind of automation to others where I don't need to. I used to be the one to like, hey, let's bring everything in house. That ends up creating more complexity and more expenses than just paying some other company to do it for you, in my
Right.
opinion, right? So, but yeah, I don't personally do that. You can create your own ping post tree, but I would rather just outsource the lead prosecutor because they've been doing it for much longer than I have, and
Yeah, yeah, for
just
sure. Yeah.
trust what they have set up, you know.
Same here. Yeah.
But yeah, so what we need to do from here, guys, is once we actually import this file, right? So this is the Creative Strategist agent. We will then need to connect our credentials for OpenAI. So if you go ahead, click that node down there for OpenAI GPT-4, you'll just need to go here, select credential, and then create a new credential. From there, this is where you'll put your API key. If you could pause real quick. Actually, I think I pasted it in like a password style text. I won't show it. If not, I'll help you roll your key. But you could basically
Okay.
just paste the API key underneath API key there.
Sure. I'll just test this first.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So it is password little text. And again, guys, to find the OpenAI API key, there is the installation guide inside of the Notion document that I'll share with you. That is a part of the process there in getting your credentials, APIs together, API keys together. So just go ahead and make sure you do that before you start following through with this flow. Looks like you're successful here, and then cool. So what I want to do here is I just want to real quick before we start installing the sub agents, if you could exit out of here and then save. I just want to open chat and just say, make me a lead gen campaign and just test to make sure that the actual system prompt is installed, all that sort of stuff, because what it should do from there is ask you a few questions. Oh, do you have any
Oh,
balance within your API key right now for OpenAI?
I should have that could have been an old API key.
Okay.
Yeah, let me grab another one.
Yep, no worries. And then I'm gonna have you clear out the conversation memory too, just because it looks like it has my stuff in there.
Right. How do I do that?
I'll show you in a sec.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and get OpenAI connected.
Right. You have auto recharge on yours?
I don't quite
Like,
remember. Maybe. I use a bunch of different. So I have like a lot of my stuff goes through OpenRouter just because you can use any um, like model really without having to like get different API keys.
okay, okay.
But let me know once that's fixed and then we'll just clear out that conversation history.
Sure. Right, I have this new secret key. So I guess I go in here, edit, there, save, testing, good.
Yeah.
All right. So should I run it again?
Yeah, I would just retry and make sure that we can get a response from chat.
Well,
Okay. Did you make sure that you had like quota within your account and then you grabbed the new API key?
sorry, you know what? I forgot to charge it.
Okay, cool.
Set up automatic recharging, but I didn't charge it,
Okay.
which would be helpful right now.
Maybe.
Payment successful. Right.
Cool, cool. Okay, cool.
Good.
So we got that rocking and rolling. Conversation memory should actually be clear. It wouldn't copy over from my account, so you should be fine. But what we're going to do here is you can see it's asking you guys essentially 4 questions whenever you're setting up a campaign, right? So what's the business name? What's the main offer / CTA? Who's the target audience? And what credibility do you have?
Right.
From there,
Okay.
once you answer those questions, it'll go into building out the avatar, the angle, the hooks, the copy, and the creative. So what we need to do next is we just need to import each of those, right? Because I think if you click on the sub-agent workflow right now as a tool, if you open that up, I think you have to double click it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's doing workflow by ID. That actual workflow doesn't currently exist within your account.
Right.
So I believe it'll fail. So we'll have to import each of those and then we'll update it. You can also do it by list. Is probably the easier way to do it now that I think about it. And then it'll just give you a list of all your workflows when you click on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I would do from here is I would hit create a sub workflow. Not there, but actually on the like XQB, like the actual ID. If you click that, it has a drop down. Yep.
Okay.
Create
Right.
a sub workflow in personal. Nope.
So,
Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to import that next one. So you just exit out of here now. And then I'm going to go over here. And we're going to, top right, 3 dots. We want to import this. And then I'll send you the sub agent for the avatar builder. Nope.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see my red arrow?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to export that avatar builder agent. So that way you can import that.
Sure.
And then
Thanks.
we test each of these one at a time, guys. That way we could just, as we get to one, we know it's done, we can move on. So let me go ahead. I'm going to drop that in. Go ahead and download that avatar builder agent JSON file I just shared, and then you'll be able to import that from file. And then we'll have to connect credentials for Dropbox. And then OpenAI, we'll just want to make sure it's set to the right API key that actually has credits, and you should be good.
Right. Okay.
Import from file. There you go. Perfect. And then, yeah, you'll save that. Let me move my cursor out of the way. Can you just click this little magic cleanup button real quick? Things are kind of overlapping and I can't really see what's going on. Okay. And if we scroll in here, replace with your logic. Okay. So you could just delete this and then just have this go straight to the avatar builder. Let's hit save real quick. Let's connect the OpenAI model. And then we're going to just select the correct account. Yep.
So just
That seemed to be the one that was working. So that's fine.
right.
You can exit out of here. And then we want to connect Dropbox. So here it's OAuth 2, so it'll literally just have you sign in your Dropbox account. So you'll hit select credential, create new credential, and then you're going to connect to my account. Cool. It's going to have a pop-up window show up, guys, where you'll log in and authenticate. Did you have that pop up for you, John?
Yep. I had a pop-up and I just said I just
Accept.
give it permission to access my account.
Perfect. Okay, so from there, we're good here. Let's go ahead. We're going to save and publish this. Save. And then publish. Oops, it looks like it's
What
giving us
does
an
it?
error on the actual trigger. Can we click into here and see what it's given us? This workflow isn't set to accept any input data. Oh, I don't know why that didn't take that in automatically. Maybe we shouldn't have deleted the initial node. But let me just give this to you real quick. So we're just
Sure.
going to change it to accept all data. Yep. And then we can just exit out of there because it should be fine. It's not going to have anything. Now we should be able to save and then obviously publish from there. Cool. Love it. Okay, cool. So we got our first sub agent set up. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to that previous agent workflow, and then we're just going to test going through the customer avatar setup step. And so we'll just chat down below. And then what niche are you advertising in or generating leads for?
Canadian life insurance, for example.
Okay, so let's go ahead and say, hey, can you create me a highly engaging and converting Facebook ad campaign for, or to generate leads for?
Please create me a highly engaging Facebook ad campaign to generate leads for Canadian life insurance leads. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's going to ask you some additional follow-up questions. Cool. So what's your lead gen brand name? That's what I would do for business name.
Let's see. I'm doing this for someone else.
You could just make one
Lead.
up too for now.
Sure.
Yeah,
No. Sure.
that's fine. And then I
The-
would just hit enter there, and then it's going to need the main offer / call to action. And you can do these one by one, or you can answer them all at once. That's up to you. I typically do it one by one. So what are we offering these people? Who are we targeting really is the first one I would ask myself. So who's the target audience? Is it just
Target
people
audience.
45 plus that are looking for insurance or yeah?
Yeah. Is age 45 plus looking for expense insurance. Sure.
Perfect. And
Target
then
audience.
what are you offering them?
Sorry, it says here that an error occurred while processing your request.
I would just copy that and just paste it again. That'll happen from time to time from what I've seen. Either you'll get like a 429 for hitting the API too frequently, depending on what your quote is. Yeah, then you just hit enter. Oops.
Oh, do I?
You
Oh,
hit the up
okay.
arrow, so it just like changed. So I would just, yeah, replace that. Okay. And you gotta hit enter. It looks like you keep hitting down arrow or up arrow.
Right. Enter.
Cool.
Okay.
And so I would
Um,
also say real quick what it is you're offering these people. So you're just connecting them with a valid or a qualified insurance agent, or like what's the actual offer that you're using on the front end?
the actual offers, things like it's connect them with the insurance to protect their families. There's a bunch of angles that we're testing, like the rates are locked for life,
Cool.
so and
I
so
would put
forth.
that all in here because the more detail, the better, and the closer it'll be to what you're actually advertising. For now, do you mind just keeping it kind of short?
Sure,
Cool.
sure. Uh,
Cool.
the credibility.
Cool. Okay, cool. And you can see now it's actually using the avatar builder. Maybe. It seems we're experiencing some technical difficulties generating. Oh, that's because it's trying to generate the copy and whatnot. You can try giving it those assets real quick because I just want to have it build the avatar. I don't know why I tried to move on.
Sure.
It seems we're experiencing.
Sorry, what do you want me to do next?
I want to check in the actual avatar builder. It should have an execution now. I'll show you how to check that. That's why we check one at a time. Oh, cool. Let's exit out of there real quick. That's exactly what I was looking for. So if you hover over those three dots up here by avatar builder, just click go to sub workflow.
Are we supposed to upload each individual workflow? Because I think we only downloaded two. We downloaded the avatar
Yeah, so
builder
it's
agent.
supposed to be the
Well,
avatar
actually,
that clicked through to, so that's probably why we're having issues. If we go back to the creative strategy agent, that'd be awesome.
So I'm curious.
Hey, Nathaniel, if you could mute your mic, that'd be awesome. Getting a little bit of feedback from you. Okay, cool. So we got that rocket and rolling avatar builder. Could we just double click this and make sure that we chose from list and then it's going to the right one? Oh, it's still stuck on by ID. So if we go to from list, that's why it didn't work. Let's grab the avatar builder agent. That's on me. I should have came back and checked that. We'll save. Publish. Yeah. And then if we could retry that, my apologies, man.
Sure. No worries. Got it.
And then inside of the chat, you can just try that over again.
Sure.
You can give it all the details at once too, because now you kind of know what it wants, right? Who's the target audience,
Yep.
right? What are we offering them? What's the business name? And then what sort of credibility do we have?
Right.
Yep.
Converting. It's from 5+ millions who it's 2 times is is 6 millions.
So again, guys, the more detailed you could be, the better. Go ahead and close this because I'm getting freezed out now. And then any additional follow-up questions that oops, looks like I'm muted somehow. So again, guys, the more detailed, the better. If you already gave it that information, I would say, hey, I gave it to you above. If not, that's fine.
Offer is protect your family and legacy insurance rate certification of mission ability thousands of happy clients group to
Cool. And you can see now it's actually calling the avatar builder. Now that we actually link the proper workflow, it's going to give us the output that we desire. From there, we'll move on to the angle, the hooks, the copy agent, which are all easy, and then the hard one will be the creative agent.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. And then what's cool from that, I saw you had that Facebook ads library scraper. You can also, and I'm building a tool on this too, scrape that and then push it into this creative strategist to see what's already working in the market.
Right, right, yeah, yeah. I found some of those some guys on YouTube that were doing that, and I tried to modify it with like Claude and stuff. It wasn't working that well.
Hmm.
Because ideally I wanted to have something that's scraped like at a regular interval and populate
Okay.
like a Google Drive based on it. So yeah, it wasn't working that well, but and then I kind of stopped. So it'd be cool if yeah, we can get something like that working again
What's your
eventually.
background?
I just I'm just a marketer who
Okay.
likes technical stuff. Yeah.
That's a good one. I love that. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're here for that. It's cool to see that other people are doing stuff outside of
Yeah.
just like traditional kind of bro marketing.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, you can see on the left-hand side, you now have 3 customer avatars built. If you scroll down in that chat log, you'll be able to see each of those. If you want to, you can also expand that window just so it's a little bit easier to read. Yeah, just by dragging
Yeah.
it. And that's what I'll typically do. So I can go through and just verify, give any feedback. For now, we're just going to assume this is perfect if you're cool with that.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll say continue from there. But first, we need to connect the agent, the hook builder, and the copy agent. So if you could let me give you those 3, and then we'll connect them in, that'd be awesome.
Please. Yeah. That'd be great.
So let's go ahead. Which ones did I say again? Angle builder. There's too many agents.
Uh,
Let's
yeah. Yeah.
see. Okay.
Angle builder, hooks builder, copy agent tool.
Okay, and then we'll do creative last. Perfect. So I'm going to drop the angle builder first. I'll have you import these, and then we'll just wire them up. Cool?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I'll just send them one at a time so that you have them. So we got angle builder should be coming in the chat shortly as soon as the chat decides to open up instead of having me click on your screen. Where did chat go? There we go. Okay, so angle builder is now dropped in the Zoom chat.
Cool. Got it.
I'm gonna grab the hook builder too. And by the way, guys, I'm not the like creator of advertising. If you guys have better processes for developing hooks, offers, angles, creative, completely open to hearing that too. That way we can continue to improve this agent together. Hook builder, and then copy agent. Hopefully the names are self-explanatory.
Yep.
And then if you go ahead and import those, I would just go back out to personally create a new flow for each and then just import. Oops.
How do I get into each one again?
So you won't want to do that right now. We'll just go ahead and go back to personal. If you click that, it'll take you to the actual flows. You'll create a workflow.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
And then import. Yep. Top 3 dots, import from file, and then import the angle builder first. So angle builder agent. Yep. Open that up. That'll be good. We'll come wire that up in a second. What I would do for now is just exit out of there. We'll go back to personal. We'll create the next workflow.
Then the hooks builder.
Yep. And then lastly, the copy. Top 3 dots, yeah. And then import from file. It's always fun whenever you're like displaying your screen. It seems like everybody forgets how to use a computer. I do the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Pressure under pressure.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it as stressful as possible for you. But now that we're here, let's go ahead. Let's just connect in your Dropbox account. The credentials already be there, so you can just hit the drop down once you get in there, Dropbox account, and then select the proper Dropbox account. Oh, it looks like it's already selected. Great. You can exit out of there then. And then same for OpenAI. For some reason, you need to actually click in there. It's already selected, and then it's fine for some reason. And you can exit out. And then that should be it for that. So that's wired up. Let's go back to the other 2. So we also want to hook up Dropbox and OpenAI for the angle builder and then the hooks builder too. So whichever one of those you want to start with, you can. So again, same thing, set up credentials for OpenAI, and then set up credentials, even though we're not doing anything, for Dropbox. Save, publish. Oh, I think we forgot to publish the other one too, but it needs to be published in order for the mate agent to be able to use that sub agent, just so you guys know, because I've made that mistake.
Right.
And then
Okay, cool.
lastly, copy agent. And then, oh, looks like that one worked. You might just be able to publish it then if it doesn't give you any errors.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And now, if we go back to the other window where we had that chat open, hopefully it's still open.
Here.
Yep, it's right there. So just scroll down to the actual text box, and if you like everything it said around the customer avatar, oh, that's not the right one. Is it the other tab you have open? Yeah, exit out of there real quick.
Oh, should I?
Scroll down. I just want to make sure we still have the customer avatar. Ah, shit. Okay, that's lost then. Darn. Let's just hit within any of these that you already entered everything into. If you go to that one, looks like it still needs context. The other tab you had open though, if you could just say like continue, and then see if it like tries to build the avatar from there. That way we don't have to re-enter all that info again, because that can be a bit of a
Right.
pain in the butt.
Yeah. Should I close this one?
Yeah, if you want, that's fine. I would just leave open whichever one you're working in. I would leave that open as you go forward. That way you don't have to re-enter every single time. It's just stored.
Right. Right. Okay.
Doesn't look like it's doing anything though. Darn. Okay, we might just want to start from a fresh creative strategist instance. So if you just go back
Okay.
to personal, we'll just start from there. We'll keep it short and then rock and roll.
Sure. Sure.
So if you go to creative strategist agent, just note when we're going forward, keep this open and then open the folders in like a separate tab.
I
That
see.
way we don't
Okay.
lose it. But yeah, so if you want to go through that, if you don't mind again doing that one more time, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
last
No
time
worries.
probably.
Uh,
And guys, this full walkthrough is in that Notion document that I shared. If you're in the lead-based community, right, you can go ahead and grab that. If you're not, and this is somewhere else on the internet and you need it, too bad. No, I don't know. Comment or something. But okay, cool. Canadian. By the way, guys, if you're lazy like me, you can get the software called Whisperflow. It's like $24 a year, and then you can just literally talk into your computer, and then it'll like actually like convert that from speech to text. So it'll like
Oh wow.
transcribe it and then put it directly into whatever text box you have like open, and that's what I've been doing for
Whisperflow.
this. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I
So
should check that out.
I need to start getting some affiliate links over here. But
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so it's building the avatar. I had enough info. Nice work.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah. So we can see it's building the avatar. It's going to give us that avatar as an output. Once it does, if you like it, you'll just say continue. From there, it'll build the angles. You'll say continue again, and it'll build the hooks and the copy. And then if you like it, say continue again, and it'll build the creative. The creative agent is the last one we have to set up. It's super easy.
Oh, should be good. Perfect.
Yep, just let that run. It takes a bit, right? So what did that execution take? Like 30 seconds? Yeah, 37 seconds. So it takes a while. So scroll down in there. Oops. Yeah, you can pull it up too. We'll just say continue. And actually, don't say continue yet because we forgot to do one thing. Forgot to hook them up in here. So
Right.
angle builder. So if you just double click, you'll just need to do, instead of by ID, do by list. And then for this one, it's the angle builder. Select the angle builder agent.
I see.
Exit out of there. That was my bad. But that's okay. We should still be able to use the same text. Hook builder, you want to do by list and then the same thing. All right, Naomi, have a good one. Thanks for joining.
It's not letting me choose Hook's builder agent.
Well, let's open in a different window
Oh
then.
shit. I didn't publish it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So
Hook's builder agent.
see, guys, we all run into that issue. Weird. Let's go. Oh, that's why it doesn't let you publish.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it's already connected, but okay. Then we can go back to the creative strategist. We should be able to close out, reopen.
Sorry. Close out.
Just reopen the hooks builder tool. And then if you do from list again, now the hooks builder should show up. Yep, because it refreshed that list. And then
Right.
same for the copy agent. Let's just go ahead and connect that. Boom. And then copy agent, execute step, or sorry, not execute step, sorry, save and publish. And then I would just hit continue in here. And now it'll actually be able to pick up the, yep, hit continue.
Or I guess it's redoing that step, right?
No. So what it's doing is it's actually going to call the angle builder now, and it's going to pass through to the angle builder the context of the avatars that it created.
I
Yep.
see.
And so now it'll do the angle builder. You'll approve that. It'll call the hooks and the copy agent, but you can see it's calling whichever tool. It knows it's like it keeps track of the actual process of the project here. So this is the project manager. And then there's each of the employees here that it's managing. So once the avatar
Interesting.
builder returns the avatar, it knows the next step is to pass over the avatars to the angle builder. Once that returns and you say continue, it's to push it over to the hooks builder, the copy builder, and then lastly the creative builder. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, interesting.
And it does take a little bit of time, but it's a lot less time than actually doing this yourself.
Yeah,
You
100%.
should be reviewing these though and using your marketing knowledge against what it gives you. Again, I'm going to say continue here. Just like I would read this, guys, but just for the sake of brevity, because we're already running short on time, I would just skip over and hit continue. Boom. And then it's going to start building. You'll see the copy agent will launch, and you can see that from the actual logs. So right now it's calling to the main agent's GPT, right? It pulled the memory, it's chatting with the main agent's GPT, and then in a second here, it's going to call the actual copy agent. So I'll give that a second.
Is this what they call like an MCP? I was looking online and people start talking about MCPs. I don't know exactly what that is.
No, so Model Context Protocol is a kind of pattern developed by Anthropic to allow, this is just a direct tool call, but it's a better way for AI agents to be able to call tools while also having context of that tool. And so a lot of times what we would do before is like hard code, like an API call into like a agent like this. Instead of doing that, even these are hard coded tools. We actually give it a model context protocol. So it gives the model context of the actual tool that it's leveraging. If you're a nerd like me, you could check out a library in Python called FastMCP that allows you to quickly build MCPs to wrap things. And I've been doing that a lot, like in QuickBooks to like act as like a CFO. I actually have like an ad reporter integrated with Claude Code that has the Facebook ads MCP that'll pull that against the actual lead sheet to see what was qualified, what's not, and then give me reports based on ad ID, what's generating the best cost per lead, appointment, and sale.
Damn. Okay, and are you selling any of these? Like I feel like you could sell a bunch of these.
I could. I'm just kind of focused in on what I'm doing right now. If people approach me to either build it for them or like sell an instance of it, I could probably figure something out, but it's not something I'm actively pursuing.
Right. Right.
Great
Interesting.
idea. I just like, I try not to have too many shiny objects at once,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Fair.
So, but yeah, if anybody does want help building like custom stuff, that is something I do on the side. I just don't advertise it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So you can see though, it called the copy agent and the hooks builder tool. It's going to be now the actual like main agent is amalgamating that information. And then if you scroll down, error request timed out. Okay. I would just say rerun and then go from there.
Well, why would it time out, you
What
think?
model are you using?
Um, let's see here.
If you double click on the OpenAI GPT-4 agent, it'll show you the model in the list.
4.0.
Okay, yeah, that's a fine model. That's what I use too. From time to time, you'll get a model timeout. If you get like a 429, that means you're making too many requests, but timeout just means that the actual server that's running that model for you, like your execution ran longer than it's allowed to. And it just kicks
Nice.
back. So I'll just rerun it and we'll go from there, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but again, it's not going to be 30 to 40 hours to develop something like this like it used to. So
Hmm.
I take the good with the bad.
For sure.
While we're doing that, if you want, let's scroll down. It just reran the angle builder. Oh, that's because it thinks we were saying rerun the angles. You can just say continue.
Okay, sure.
That probably wasn't great phrasing on my end. While you're doing that though, let's go ahead and set up the creative agent. That way we can get that done because it's 12:05 right now and I want to be respectful of your guys' time. Boom. I just dropped that in the Zoom chat, so if you want to import that, you can. And we'll just let that run. But I would not change this window. Remember, open it in a different window. So that way we're not losing this chat session we had already.
Sure.
So I would go here, go to personal, and then I would go to create workflow, and then import that creative agent, and then we'll hook in the tools that we need to. So import from file.
Creative agent.
Yep, creative agent. And this one's a little bit more intense. Don't get freaked out. It's super simple. But we got to connect, Dropbox, OpenAI, and then that's where you also need the Gemini CLI API token that I was talking about. So that will be the only new connection here. So yeah, if you click into there, you'll need to create a new credential and then connect in your API key for Gemini.
Right. Okay, so I can just copy API key here, paste it here.
And then save. Beautiful. Okay. And then what I would do from there is exit out of just that, modal. And then I would save and then attempt to publish. And then what I like to do with this one, because it's such a pain in the butt to debug, is I created its own chat node so you can play with it. You can hit publish. But I would actually chat with this and just tell it to create you an image real quick. So if you hit chat right there, say create me an image of a monkey climbing a tree. I don't know, whatever comes to your mind. I would probably think monkey because of nano banana, right? Perfect. Let's run that. This is just a sanity check. Hey, does this actually generate the image? And then we know once we integrate it with the flow, it'll work. Service getting too many requests. 429. It looks like your limit 0. Do you have a billing account attached to this? Oh yeah.
I don't think I do.
So that's the issue there. Likely.
Okay, I'll set this up quickly.
Yeah, I would also stop sharing your screen. That way I don't, or if you have another screen, you can pull it up there. I just don't want to see your credit card details on this recording because then I got to go back and delete it.
True.
And I'm lazy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You need additional access to that project, so request permissions.
Aren't you the owner of that Google Cloud Console?
I am, but I just switched the account, so maybe I should just. Okay, so link billing account. Let me just restart here. I got a bunch of accounts. Hard to keep track of everything.
Oh, gotcha. No worries. Just whenever you can grab that or set up that billing account, we'll be able to finish this up and then we'll test the creative agent and then you'll have a fully built campaign strategist. So.
Sure. Okay, cool. Thanks.
While we're doing that, I know this is a lot, guys, right? It will be in the recording, right? It should be pretty simple to follow along. I tried to build the documentation to be like anybody can follow it. But are there any questions that you guys have so far? Have you been following along or are you just watching? What does that look like there?
Watching.
No worries, that's okay. The recording will be in the community. I'm also, again, recording on OBS just so that way hopefully it's a bit clearer because I know the Zoom recordings are sometimes like super pixelated. So hopefully that'll be crystal clear when we play it back.
Thanks for doing this. It's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I had something ready in October, but I wasn't happy with it, so I've just been delaying. And Ryan texted me, he's like, hey, are you doing this? I was like, yeah, we're just going to set it live, right? I'll improve it as we go along. But I appreciate you guys actually showing up and enjoying it, right? Otherwise, all that time would have been a complete waste. So,
This is super helpful.
I hope so. There you go. That's not actually a monkey. That's a human.
Yeah.
But okay. Oh, one other thing I would do is just make sure that you have the latest model of Gemini set up. I think it's Banana, yeah, Gemini 3 Pro image. Okay, that's the right one. Well, apparently it's gotten dumber because that's not a monkey. There we go. Cool, there's another one. So just creating those three. So what you can do is I would just save and publish this if you didn't already. It looks like you did. So what we'll do is we'll head back to the Creative Strategist, and we didn't close it this time, so we don't have to restart from scratch. Let's go to Creative Agent tool. It looks like it created the ad copy as well, which is awesome. From list, Creative Agent. And then from there, we just want to save the workflow and publish it. And now we should have a fully realized campaign strategist. So let's go down to the chat. And what we're going to do from there is just, you can say continue, and it's going to start building out the creatives. And then everybody cross their fingers that this works because I want lunch.
And will they populate here?
Yep, so click into that and you should have a subfolder for the campaign. And you can see it has the customer avatar doc, the strategic angles, all for like what you gave it. And now you can see it's also creating the actual folders. So if you click into adventure, maybe that was from like the actual test. Yeah, that was from the test. Okay, so you can actually delete that. But if you go back to the campaign level, I would just delete that adventure folder because that was just from the test itself.
Right.
Unless you want it, right? But then I would
Yeah. I'll just keep it there for now.
Okay. And then I would pop
Yeah.
over to the Creative Strategist and just see how that's working. So that's the agent. We want to do the strategist. Perfect. Okay, so it's calling the Creative Agent tool right now. If you guys ever have a tool break, while we're waiting on that, I'll show you how to debug it. Go back to the Creative Agent tool as an example, if you don't mind, John. Thank you for being my helper today, brother, because if nobody was helping, this would have been boring as shit. So let's go to executions. And then you're going to see that there's actually an execution running right now. And that's the actual agent calling that tool. So if you ever run into an issue, like you can see here, there's an error. If you click that, it'll kind of show you where the flow broke down. So then what you can do is you can see, okay, cool, this failed. Why did it fail? Okay, it looks like our limit for usage is 0. So what does that tell me?
Yeah, I didn't have any credits in the account.
That's how I was able to tell that, right? Because I saw that limit number.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems like there's no billing account attached.
Yeah.
And then all we need to do is go in and fix that because we can see where it was broken. So I would just hit debug in editor. I wouldn't do that right now, but then it'll actually pin your execution data to that flow, and then you could test with the actual execution data that failed.
I see.
Let's go back to the Creative Strategist agent for now. It should be running. Looks like it's taking a good while to run, so we might get another timeout error, but it'll just retry because it's going to call the Creative Agent tool for each persona / ad copy set that we created. And that's how it creates 15 ad creatives for you. Next steps for this are, again, I'm going to be implementing an AI UGC tool into it, so it'll create UGC videos automatically. And then also just taking like the ugly ads templates and then creating those, because we can use a tool like, what's it called? There's like a tool where you can programmatically update like image templates. And so I'm gonna integrate that in so that those ones that are proven, we can just get that going. Instead of having to use like Nano Banana or something like that for it, because it's like much cheaper. But let's let this run and then we'll go from there. I'll open up the floor for questions. John, Nathaniel, Kim, Vincent, anybody else on the call? Any questions while we're waiting?
I guess how have these performed, like the videos and images of these automations performed versus the ones that are created by people? Because we've tried to automate a bunch of these, and they never seem to work as well as the ones that we manually do ourselves. So we're probably not doing it right, first
Is
of all.
it
But what's been your experience?
is it CPMs that are not working? Is it the CTRs lower, conversion rate of lander? Like where is the drop off in pipeline when you're testing AI creatives versus manually created creatives?
Well, I will say that we have used some AI UGC creatives that have performed well, but when we remake them with like a paid actor, then the paid actor generally does better.
1000% they will.
Yeah.
And so I'll
So,
typically, once I find like a winning creative angle, if it's a static image, have an actual designer create some variants
mm,
of it. If it's AI UGC, I'll typically rapid test scripts with the AI, and then I'll get it off to a guy. Like there's this guy, he's on Fiverr with like a long red beard that's super solid. And
yeah,
typically like real people are going to convert better. This is
right.
just iteratively to test, hey, what are the angles? What are the types of copy? What are the creatives that are actually converting? And then I take that, and instead of having to invest all that time into a creative up front, right? Whether it's the
Mm,
person that's like recording the videos or editing them or somebody actually creating the creatives, I'm able to get these campaigns up and live in 5 minutes and do the initial test of what are the angles that hit, right? What are the pains that when we twist a knife in there, they get better conversions?
mhm.
And then optimize
Right.
from there, right? Because speed is going to be
Okay.
king, especially going into the AI era. So,
Hmm. Right. Okay. So you'd say like at this stage of the game, we should mainly use AI tools to create AI creatives as the initial tests, but at this point in the game, we should still be manually creating the ones like the winners, the one we think we're going to be winners based on the quick iterative creatives that we got from AI. Is that correct? So only use
yeah.
these AI ones for now as just like lots of testing and but make the final winners that we scale with real people with real designers.
Yeah, and that's why I built that like Claude Code MCP integration with Facebook ads, so that
Hmm.
way I could pull the actual creative. It'd be able to pull the insights for me on like what creatives, copy, etc. are working best, and I could pass that over to my design team.
Hmm. Right. Interesting.
That's not something I'll be
Okay.
able to show you guys on this call because that took me like a week to set up. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now you can see you actually have a full campaign. In a
Hmm.
matter of, it took us an hour to set up, but if you were to do this over again, how much of typing time do you think that would take you?
Yeah. Maybe like 2 minutes,
Okay.
if that.
Well, let's go ahead
Yeah.
and check the result. So let's pop over to Dropbox. And now you have a bunch of different folders for each of the different copy types that they're matched up to. So if you click into that, there's going to be 3 images, right? Infographic. And I did these just on based on like Andromeda best practices of what I've seen, right? And so you'll see the other folder has like 3 similar types of creatives just for the different angle. So you'll see there's an infographic, and you'll see there's like a before and after with a CTA or some sort of headline, and then a similar headline, right? Just with an image,
Right.
right?
Interesting.
So, and again, you guys can tweak this all you want, right? The prompts are in there. You can change them to your desire, right? So if you don't like this style of creative, great, change the creative agent, right? Directly within that prompt, you can tell it what you want as output.
Right. I see. Okay. And are you running these in those that campaign structure where it's like $2
Not
per
anymore.
ad set,
I'll
and
do
then
it
no?
per persona, right? Or per ad copy here. And then, so I would take those 3 with their ad copy, and then I would split it 5 ways, like the total budget, and have each budget have its own, and just let Andromeda kind of play around with that.
Right. Okay.
Ideally, I would have kind of like 9. So also having like the AI UGC, 3 of those, and then 3 of just like the ugly ad templates as well. I just again wanted to get this into your guys' hand because I was tired of trying to perfect it instead of actually getting something like that's actually usable. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Right. Okay. So you'd stick this in like one campaign with different ad sets that
yeah.
have different personas, and then just like how many creatives would you put in each ad set?
Like between 5 to 9.
Oh,
And then if you go
five.
back to campaigns here, you'll see that actually each of these like folders has an associated ad copy. I believe it's either ad copy or persona. Yeah, so you can see the Guardian's Legacy. If you click out here, you should see a folder called that.
Hmm. I see.
Right, so that's how I would match that up.
I see. Okay. Interesting. So one campaign, like a couple, I guess for this, how many ad sets would you like have?
One,
One, two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five
five.
ad sets
Yep.
with 3 creatives. Well, we can
9
program
creatives,
teach
but again, I
9
was
creatives.
tired of procrastinating on this.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this
yeah,
is hard
yeah.
enough to build, so I figured
For
we'd go
sure,
live
for
with
sure.
it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, the only thing that needs to be updated then is the actual creative agent is the only part of this process that needs to be changed. Right, and that's why
Right.
I created it in this modular format so it's easier to swap things in and out. If you hate the copy agent, great, create your own. Right, if you hate the
Hmm.
hook builder, great, create your own. Like it's all hot swappable.
Hmm. you just modify it with this, right? I
Well,
see.
no,
Okay. And
that's actually, this is the prompt for, this is the, hey, this is how you use this tool call. To change the
oh,
actual creative agent, you need to go to the sub agent. So if you click out, like I showed you before, when you hit those top three dots at the right of
mhm.
the creative agent tool.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
if you hover
creative.
over creative agent, and then, yep, go to sub workflow. You skipped over it.
So
It's towards the
go to
top. Yep. That's where you would actually modify the system prompt, creative director.
Oh, I see.
So you double click in the creative director, and the system prompt is here. This is what you would modify to change the creative AI agent.
Oh, I
Right,
see.
where if we just had this as one agent, we would have to have a massive system prompt with all the context for every single one of those sub agents that I shared. This way we can keep it very short and concise and we decrease hallucinations.
I see. Okay. And it's easier to debug.
Exactly, right? So if the creative agent is busted, then we can go into there instead of having to debug an entire system prompt that does every single thing. And it's also
Right. Okay.
easier for the agent to keep context because then we have a supervisor agent and then sub worker agents, which is my favorite architecture for agents.
I see. Okay. And if we wanted to create like 9 creatives instead of 3, how would we modify that?
I think it's actually within the creative director that we specify that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's I've been developing this for months, so I apologize. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's within there. Can you scroll down a bit? Oh, there it is. I think you got it. 5 copy sets times 3 variations. What you could also do is
Mhm.
copy this into ChatGPT and say, hey, can you update this prompt to be for 5 creatives per copy instead of 3? And it should update it, or
Right.
you copy and paste it back.
I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Just like big 9 there. That's
yeah.
9 times 45. Sure. Okay.
Do you want to try
Cool.
executing that real quick? Actually, that's going to take a shit ton of time. It's going to run for a while. So you'll probably be there 10, 15 minutes waiting. You go get a coffee, you know.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't have time to wait for that today because we're about 22 minutes over. I'm going to make last call for questions there, John. You have a fully functional flow now, so you're good to go. Are you
Sure.
good?
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Yep. Yep. I'm great. Thanks.
Awesome, awesome. Do you mind stopping your screen share and then I'll open up for final QA?
Sure.
Alrighty, let me switch up OBS here. We're going to main scene. Perfect. I'm also recording it like this way so I can like put short form videos out on this. Cool. What other questions do we have?
If you wanted to change the size of the creative, like it's kind of like in landscape format. Like if you want to do a square, like how would you do that?
So that's actually specified within the actual creative agent system prompt as well, I believe. So the
So
one issue, oh, yeah,
where John was, basically.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you should be able to specify that. If you, just so you know, with Nona Banana, if you provide additional like image assets, it'll basically adopt the aspect ratio of those. So if you give it a square image logo as an example, it's only going to output square images. So just be cognizant of that as you go along. There's no way to provide logo images in this specific iteration of this. I do plan to add that, but just so you know. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. That's great. Thanks.
What other questions? Do you have any other questions, Kim?
Kim, we can't hear you if you're chatting.
I think we lost her. No, I'm good. Okay, cool, cool. Vincent, any questions on your end? No worries, Kim. Last call for questions, Vincent. All good? Okay. Nathaniel, any questions on your end? Five, four, three, two, one. Alrighty. Well, then we'll call it a day there, guys. Again, I will be dropping this into the school community. Thank you, Nathaniel. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them there. I check it about once a week, right? I'm not in there full time. I just do these AI things because Ryan's a cool guy. Yeah, other than that, this recording will go in there. The workflow that we worked through today, or the actual sheet itself, this one, will be in the school community as well. So you'll be able to kind of just follow along there and execute. And then if you guys have any questions around that, again, drop a comment in the community, a post, whatever it may be. I do only check once a week, right? This isn't like a full-time thing. It's something I kind of do because it's fun. But I'll make sure to get back to you guys so that you guys can have the assistance you need. Other than that, don't ask me how to get an API key. That's very easily Googleable. I will not answer that. But anything that's hard and technical, feel free to drop it and I'll help out. Other than that, guys, hope you have a great one. Happy belated Christmas, I guess, and happy early New Year. And I hope you guys have a great 2026.
Thank you too. Appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Yep.
Happy holidays, y'all. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Cool. All right.